Good morning, Lisa. I'm going to try to keep my hands down.
Good morning, Jen.
Welcome to the Morning Muffin, your morning carbo load of real estate. I'm Jennifer Cotis.
And I'm Lisa Wickman. And together we are the Wickman Real Estate Group with Keller Williams in Minneapolis.
Minnesota.
Thank you for joining us today.
Okay, so today is Tuesday. We call it Town Hall Tuesday. We pick some cities to talk about or things to talk about in local government and whatnot. And today we have St. Louis Park and Minneapolis.
That's right.
Last week we did Cottage Grove and was it Golden Valley? It was Golden Valley. That was a couple weeks.
But it was a while ago.
It was a while ago. I don't remember what we talked. It's been a while since we picked cities. Okay. Let's talk about Minneapolis.
Okay, let's talk about Minneapolis. So what I decided to talk about was the pending 2020 plan, Minneapolis 2020 plan.
Wait a minute. You can't just jump into all the business. You always give me a hard time about it. Why did you choose Minneapolis?
Because I grew up in Minneapolis.
There we go.
Okay. Well, I chose Minneapolis because I am a city girl at heart, living in the suburbs, and you picked the cities. So I decided of the two, I was going to go with Minneapolis because I grew up there. I love Minneapolis. Yeah.
You are a Minneapolis girl through and through. Okay. So
I decided to talk about this 2040 plan, which I'll just give you a little bit of it. I'm not going to give you a huge overview, but basically this is a plan that the city wants to implement, and they wanted their intentions and the plan to be really clear. So they have a lot of different goals involved, but it's basically because as the city grows, they believe everyone should benefit from that growth. And of course they should. And it's to undo the barriers and overcome inequities created by a history of city policies that have prevented access to housing, job, and investments. We've talked a little bit about this before, about the racial disparities. So specifically, I want to talk about housing, but basically here, there are a bunch of goals. If you want to kind of page through that, eliminate disparities, create more jobs, and we're going to have more residents, create affordable housing, accessible housing, create living wage jobs, health, safety, physical quality of physical environment. So it's a big, huge overview now for a 20-year plan and what Minneapolis wants to create in these next 20 years. But specifically, I want to talk about, because we're in real estate, I wanted to talk about housing. And
where is that?
What?
I feel like I need more residents and jobs.
Oh, affordable and accessible housing.
Oh, there it is. Right in front of me.
Right.
There we go.
So basically,
the third leg of the stool.
Right. The third leg of the stool. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Because it has the number 3 right here.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. Okay, so basically, Minneapolis is a growing city. And as growth has occurred, affordable housing has decreased. They've eliminated a lot of affordable housing. I believe since 2000, 15,000 affordable housing units have been lost, even though like 9,000 new units have been built, but they're not affordable housing. And so their plan, they have a couple of different things to do. One of them is to allow, it's basically called a triplex change slated for 2040's first day. And they're basically going to allow duplexes and triplexes citywide, which has been very controversial. I don't know if there's a lot of stakes in the ground anymore, but when this was open for discussion, it was like a political thing. You had people on both sides of this. Some people didn't want affordable housing in their neighborhoods. Some people do and want everybody to have an equal, just equality in housing. So basically what this means is if you wanted to purchase, let's say you wanted to purchase a home and tear it down There's a lot of tear downs all over the Twin Cities, but in Minneapolis, I didn't know what that was, but you have the ability, once this rule goes into place, that you can tear that house down and now build a duplex or triplex. That's why some people are up in arms about this, but it really does offer a chance for affordable housing, and they want it to be, they're going to supposedly increase great transportation and so forth. So that's basically it. It's to provide affordable housing for people who haven't had that opportunity. And so that's what the 2040 is.
Oh, yeah. I have mixed feelings about rentals because I am a homeowner. And the real wealth is in home ownership. I don't necessarily think that duplexes and triplexes are the answer. I think affordable single family homes, small manageable ones, not these McMansions that they're building out in the suburbs that are completely unaffordable. But I would really like to see them building more affordable places, like single families that, for people that can afford it, like people that have, a husband and a wife and a kid with 2 student loan debts, 2 working parents that have to pay for childcare. Like, I don't see, and our rent is expensive. I have a renter, and at one time they entertained the thought of moving, and they had found a studio apartment that was $1,200. That was like the only thing available. I just don't see how that's affordable or livable, and it's hard.
They are planning on doing some other things, some like container houses, some prefabbed houses, putting those on some lots in Minneapolis. So that will actually help along those lines.
Do you know who Tony Hsieh is?
I do not.
He is the guy that invented Zappos, and he ended up selling his business. He's really big in Las Vegas where he lives, and he's done container homes. He's done container office parks and things like that. And he's really big on trying to create affordable housing. And I love listening to him talk. And I just think that it's something that we need to explore. I really, so BATSY is the Builders Association of the Twin Cities. BATSY, that's what we call it.
I love that name.
I know, it's fun to say. I have issues with them and not pushing their builders to build more one-level homes under 2,000 square feet, because that's what we really need. We need 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom homes, single-level living for people that, especially we have an aging boomer population. So as much as I'm not a citizen of Minneapolis anymore, but when I was really big on this, and I don't think it's necessarily the answer. I think politically it looks really good. I've seen it roll out. I remember when it was first talked about years ago. This has actually, I feel like, been the plan since back in 2010 when they really started making all the changes downtown in the arts district and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
There's conspiracy theories about the big money in Minneapolis and what they're doing to these changes and things like that. Because there's people building all over in Minneapolis. They're building high rises. Oh, yeah. They're building giant apartment buildings. Minneapolis, like uptown, doesn't even look the same with how many different apartment buildings are in there right now and stuff, but none of it's affordable. It's all luxury.
None of it's affordable. It's all, a 1-bedroom for $2,000, $1,800. Yeah. They're yes. And, they talk about, I want to find something here. Where is it? It's about, so they talk about the cost burden of, and the disparities between different races. But the cost burden is when people are spending more than 30% of their income on housing, which is a lot. I mean, imagine if you're bringing home $2,000 and a third of that is going towards your housing. So creating you wouldn't be able to afford your food basically, or you'd be living very frugally to take care of your family. And these, like you said, these big, huge complexes that they're building in uptown and downtown, they're not affordable. They're not for these people that are cost burdened.
Like I said, today's millennials, zennials, there's two people, each have student loan debts on average. You know, they try to get married. Now they're a high income. They're taxed really high. They try to have a kid. Now they have to pay daycare and whatnot. Their student loans end up either in deferment or income based repayment, you know, and they have to reapply for that every year. You know, it's a burden. So, but if you guys want to hear more about it, there are some really great things that they want to do to this city, obviously, to help involve it. And, you know, now with other things happening politically, it would be interesting to see how this develops. Because, you know, the 2020, not 2040, has been a very interesting year for Minneapolis.
It absolutely has been a very interesting year for Minneapolis.
It has been. Okay, so I don't have a screen to share, but I have St. Louis Park, and I was just going to talk about the things that make St. Louis Park awesome. It's the first tiered suburb of Minneapolis. It's right on the western edge. They share lakes, golf courses, railroad tracks, bakeries, freeways, roller skating rink.
They do have the rollers. I used to live in St. Louis Park. I rented in St. Louis Park for a little while.
Did you really?
It
is a great place to live. It's another one of those places where it's really expensive to live, though. In fact, in the last 3 years, do you know that home values, the median home value went up $100,000
in how long?
In 3 years.
That's just ridiculous.
It
Talk
is
about affordable housing.
We're talking affordable housing. It went from 260 to 250 or to 252. I have numbers. I will post here for you guys on InfoSparks. This is all just for if you're fact checking out there. This is all free information through the Minneapolis area of realtors, MAR as we call it. Okay, but they have a really great website, and I don't have it up here. Hold on. Because I have two computers, and I was doing work on both of them. St. Louis Park. They have a really fun website. And the reason why I wanted to talk about St. Louis Park in Minneapolis is it is Hanukkah starting this week, and those are two very Jewish cities. It is, and then of course I picked the wrong one again, the wrong screen to share. Share screen. St. Louis Park home. Okay, and they have a really great, really intense website, by the way. Look at this. Our city. They have like 1 million tabs.
Yes, they do.
All of their city work goes straight into here. But okay, so it is Hanukkah this week, and we will talk about all the Hanukkah events tomorrow. It starts on the 10th. But here we go. I wanted to talk about, where is it? Government. Here we go. I'm like, I know there was a tab over on this side. Housing. So one of the beautiful things about this is St. Louis Park, the city, actually has some affordable housing available as well. And then they also have the St. Louis Park Housing Authority, which I love this because you can, their family self-sufficiency, continuum of care. This is for elderly, fair housing, housing choice vouchers, public housing, things like that. And then they talk about notice of eviction policy adopted. So this past November, they adopted the notice of eviction ordinance that requires rental property owners and managers to provide notice to tenants prior to filing an eviction for non-payment of rent. So
but what about the moratorium on evictions? That's a federal law right now.
Yes, yes. So this won't even take effect until February 1st.
Oh, got it.
So, but yeah, like, oh, I don't, I, it's interesting to see how things are turning out with this, isn't it? I'm a little like scared. Okay, I had something else open here and I don't remember where it was. Wait, where is it? Programs, home ownership. What tab is this? I'm sorry, you guys. Home ownership incentives. Is this the one I did? I did. Can you see this one? No.
I I'm looking at the same tab you had open.
They have down assistance programs. They have community action partnership at Hennepin County. So both of these cities have home ownership of like basically it'll help you in case you're going into foreclosure. They can help stop it. They have um ways to help you fix your car if your car breaks down for low income. They have energy bills for senior citizens. They can help cover the cost of those people that are, on a fixed income. It's and uh home ownership services. And right now, you guys, if you're out there and you hear this, they are looking to hire contractors. In September, they had a call for action looking for contractors, and I'll post that up as well. So
For development within the city? What are they looking?
no, no, they're for this community aid program.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So people that want to do good. That's what I'm all about. I want everybody taken care of. Everybody belongs to in a home, a happy, healthy home. So, but
Absolutely.
anyway, this has run long, and we could talk about politics all day long. You guys do your own research, stand by your own beliefs, vote accordingly, and stay tuned for tomorrow, which is Weekend Wednesday, where we talk about the giant menorah that's going to be going up in St. Louis Park, amongst other things.
Okay. All right. Have a great day, everybody.
All right. See you tomorrow.